Okay, so we're going to make a really quick recipe. It's taco pizza crust. You only need a few ingredients. We go ahead and start grabbing those now. You're going to need 1 cup of flour and throw it into your food processor. I'm using my Ninja because that's my go-to food processor. The next thing you're going to need is 1/4 cup of butter. Preferably chilled, preferably chopped in chunks. Okay. Next thing you're going to need is a little bit of garlic. This is totally up to you. You don't have to. But I like to use 1/4 teaspoon of garlic. Just a little something to make everything taste better. The next thing you're going to need is salt. And you're only going to need 1/4 teaspoon of salt as well. Our next ingredient's kind of interesting. You're going to need 3 slices of cheese. I'm using American, but you could always use cheddar. And I'm using Kraft, just in case anyone asks. But any old brand will do. So go with your favorite. Another ingredient that I like to add is diced jalapeno peppers. Now, you can use a lot or you can use a little. If you're really sensitive to heat, only use about 1/4 teaspoon. We're not that sensitive. Next thing we're going to be adding is our water. And you're going to need about 3 tablespoons of ice cold water. 1, 2, and 3. Like my measuring spoon? I know I do. I grabbed those on a trip to Louisiana at a shop. French Quarter. Alright, that's it. Now we're going to give it a quick blend. And don't worry, I won't blend it in your ear. Okay, got it all done. I have a 9-inch pie plate. And my dough. Notice the texture of the dough. It's going to be a little crummy looking, but not really crummy. Okay? So go ahead and get that mashed into your pie plate. I prefer to mash it myself, but do whatever you feel comfortable with. Alright, so now I have my dough in place. And it behaves basically like pie crust. Maybe a little bit more forgiving than pie crust. But you would have to be with the way that I handle pie crust. Okay, so I'm putting holes in the bottom of mine because that's what I do with my pies. And it just helps. But voila. This is your taco. I keep saying pizza, but it's taco pie crust. Now, if you want to make a pizza, you always could use the same dough recipe and make yourself some really awesome taco pizza. Okay, so I popped it in the oven, baked it at 400 degrees for about 15 minutes. And look, got a nice crust. Really pretty color. Smells great. Now, all I have to do is make the filling for the taco pie. Now, as you see, it's time to layer it. I'm putting shredded cheese in the bottom, and then I'm going to top that off with my refried bean mixture. If you're wondering what's in the refried bean mixture, just check the refried bean dip casserole video. You can't go wrong. It's simple, easy, and fast. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit more cheese after I add our delicious taco meat. The taco meat consists of ground beef or chuck, whichever one you prefer, onions, and bell peppers, chopped finely for those who don't care for onions and bell peppers. Ah, sorry about that. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do, sprinkle this with just a little bit of cheese. And I'm going to pop it into the oven so that it's nice and hot when I get ready to serve it. And then I'll just simply top it with lettuce and tomatoes, and then sour cream if you prefer. Alright, so I put it back in the oven at bake 350 just for maybe about 5 or 10 minutes, just so I can melt the cheese. Now I'll just top it with a little lettuce. I'm using romaine if anyone's interested. Romaine hearts, just chop them up. Ah, burning myself. And then I'll top that off with a few tomatoes. Add as many or as little as you like. But I think it makes for a really pretty pie if you actually put a few extras on there. Plus, I'm a huge tomato fan, and so is most of the people in my house. And another little light sprinkle of cheese. Try not to make a mess like me. And voila, we're done. There you have it. Nice hot taco pie.